Game number 2 in the Thursday Thanksgiving slate, the best game of the night. It wasn't hard to do that, but it came down to the wire, really kind of wild and crazy the fourth quarter, and it went into overtime, but the Raiders get the win here, 36-33. We bet on the Cowboys -7.5, so it sucks that, our thinking is off. It sucks that the Walk of Fame defense truly got walked all over. 36 points dropped on their head, and we'll talk all about the penalties in a second. Jeez Louise. But are the Raiders back? Is Rich Basachia back? They put up 36 points. Once again, folks, Rich Basachia, what is it, 6 games? Is it 6 games? 6 games now? 3 games of over 30 points. The other 3 games under 30 points. But Rich Basachia, folks, I'm ready to start buying this man back again. Derek Carr didn't turn over the ball, and another huge reason why this Raiders team won this game, not turning over the ball. We've seen Derek Carr turn over the ball so many times over the last couple of games, and that's why they've been resulting into losses. So Derek Carr cleaned it up. Rich Basachia looked real good once again as a head coach. So hey, if we could buy this Raiders team with them beating the Cowboys, I'll take that. We want to buy this Raiders team. We've loved buying this Raiders team. We've loved watching Derek Carr. We've loved what Rich Basachia has really been doing to kind of turn around this team in one of the most bizarre seasons of a team in recent NFL memory. So Raiders get the win, 36-33. So all the praise to the Raiders right there. We can start buying them back a little bit more. Maybe we could put them back in our top 10 in our power rankings. We just updated this a couple days ago on the show, and we unfortunately had to move them out of the top 10, but maybe we can move them back in this week with this nice win here on Thanksgiving Day. We will update our power rankings on Tuesday's show once we finish all of week 12 on Sunday and Monday. All right, so here we go. Let's start here. Obviously, the penalties need to be talked about. The Cowboys were getting absolutely destroyed. Well, more likely, just Anthony Brown, the cornerback of this Cowboys defense. 4 pass interference penalties, and for most of them, they should have been called. They were rightly called. He was never playing the ball. He never got his head around. I don't understand what he was trying to do. So penalties definitely hurt the Cowboys, and they especially hurt them on the first couple of drives here. The first drive for this Raiders team, they hit Deshaun Jackson for 56 yards and a touchdown, and that got off the scoring for this Raiders team 7-0. Deshaun Jackson, big play, and that's what Deshaun Jackson is, we all know. But isn't it funny that the Rams actively got rid of Deshaun Jackson, and now there was no reason to get rid of Deshaun Jackson in the first place for the Rams to bring in OBJ, and that's kind of actively ruining his team so far. We've only seen him one game with the Rams. We'll see him again on Sunday, but I mean, actively ruining this team so far, where Deshaun Jackson was a huge asset for this Rams team, but they weren't throwing to Deshaun Jackson, so Deshaun Jackson wanted to leave. The Rams were like, yeah, we're not using you anyway, so yeah, you can leave. But then to bring in OBJ, it makes absolute no sense. So I'm glad that Deshaun Jackson is back to being a huge productor for an offense right here, especially for this Raiders team. Since Henry Ruggs is no longer here, you definitely need somebody else to step it up, and Deshaun Jackson really kind of was it, especially early on in this game. So, bad coverage there by the Walk of Fame defense, getting ran all over by Deshaun Jackson. And then the next drive, a potential for a turnaround of this game right here. The Darren Waller potential fumble. There was no turnovers by the Raiders in this game. This would have been the one lone turnover, but it came early in the first quarter, and this could have just changed the entire game, giving momentum to the Cowboys defense. Derek Carr potentially gets in his head. When we see him throw kind of one turnover, kind of more are ready to come. I think over the last 2 games, besides the game against the Cowboys, that Derek Carr has like 2 turnovers in those games. We've seen it against the Giants in the fourth quarter, down late, turning the ball over. Fourth quarter, we've seen this by Derek Carr. So this really could have turned the tide of the game. Let's watch it. Live, I thought it was catch fumble. They don't rule fumble on the field, and then they say Mike McCarthy can't challenge this play. Hits Darren Waller. I think watching this this live, folks. Let's watch this play live one more time, and then we'll see all the replays of the angles and all that. But I think live, Darren Waller, I think that's a fumble. I'm upset they didn't rule it a fumble on the field. They ruled it incomplete and then told him he couldn't challenge it. Truly unfortunate. But this could have been a turning tide moment in this game real early on. Great job by everybody on this Cowboys defense. I thought we were going to get the Walk of Fame defense kind of stepping it up here with getting all the turnovers, the ball hawks like we like to call them here. And we thought we were going to get a crack in here. Unfortunately, it was not a fumble. Let's see some replays right here. So he catches it. Let's kind of break down the process. 2 steps. And a football move, a little bit of time potentially. So here we go. We paused it right on the catch. We get 1 foot down. Second foot, it's just coming down. He's just putting the ball away. So, oh man, bang, bang call. Break it down in slow motion. I would probably say incomplete pass, but real close. And that's why I was a little upset that they just didn't call fumble on the field, because watching it live in real time, real fast motion, I call it. If it's a bang, bang call on the field, I'm throwing, I'm calling it catch and fumble. Breaking it down in slow motion, I can see maybe it not being a fumble. But I mean, once again here, the credit here of this Cowboys defense, I mean, throwing the ball back in bounds. The other Cowboys defender, Carr, right here, getting 2 feet in bounds while catching the ball that the other defender threw back in bounds. So they officially have possession if it was a fumble. Just unfortunately, they rule it not a fumble. Let's watch this replay one more time from this angle. So here we go. Ball is caught, 1 foot down. This second foot comes down. He's putting the ball away. He's putting the ball away right here. So different angles. It's real tough. And once again, bang, bang. I gotta rule it a fumble on the field, and they don't. So another potential game-changing play right there with the Darren Waller potential fumble. They end up having to punt this drive, and then this next drive right here, the Raiders' third drive of the game, this is where the really penalties really got kind of in the way here, and I thought they were nitpicking a little bit here. So here we go. On 3rd and 10 from the Raiders' own 40-yard line, they go an incomplete pass, but there's an 11-yard penalty that picks up the first down on Anthony Brown. He was having a real bad day, so that moves them for a first down. They can continue the drive. And then on 3rd and 6, Derek Carr pass incomplete to Deshaun Jackson, a 30-yard penalty on, once again, Anthony Brown for defensive pass interference, sets him up at the 1-yard line, and they're able to go in for the touchdown. So once again, another momentum game-shifting drive right here of all the penalties that could have been back-to-back punting drives, maybe potential turnovers, but I really think the refs kept them in the game in the first quarter. I do believe the Cowboys defense was a little lackluster for the rest of the game, but I definitely think the refs controlled the tempo of the game a little bit in the first quarter, and that's all you need. You don't need the refs kind of, calling the plays throughout the entire game. Just 1 or 2 perfectly timed penalties can truly change the entire landscape of an NFL game, especially early on, and I really think the refs got way too out of control in the first quarter. I'm not putting the blame on the refs for the rest of the game. I think the Cowboys defense kind of floundered at some points. Anthony Brown, obviously. But yeah, in that first quarter, man, I thought the refs kind of controlled the game a little bit. Unfortunate. But let's go here to the Raiders. We're still giving this Raiders team credit. I'm not knocking anybody. I'm just saying that I think the refs kind of controlled the game a little bit. Key drives, key plays right here that could have just turned the entire momentum, because this Cowboys defense was off all game. And we haven't really seen this Cowboys offense be really off. They just held down the Chiefs. And this Raiders team has been struggling. So it was kind of a perfect storm for this Cowboys team entering in this game. It wasn't really that great for them in the game. Unfortunate. But let's start here with Derek Carr. 24 of 39, 61% completion percentage. Not the greatest, but he was slinging this ball around. 373 huge ass yards. Sheesh, 1 touchdown, no interceptions, no turnovers here by this Raiders team, which is absolutely great. We needed them to clean up the turnovers. They've cleaned up the turnovers. We'll try to, watch them one more week before we truly 100% buy in this Raiders team, but we're back to like 65% 65% believability, maybe even 70%. Yeah, let's upgrade it. 70%. 70% buyability, believability, bettability in this Raiders team now that they're not turning over the ball. They put up the points when they don't turn over the ball. We know this. Rich Basachia has the game plan for this offense. We know it. We love it. We've seen it. And I'm glad that it's back, and it was back on Thanksgiving Day in front of the entire nation. So loved it. Loved it by the Raiders. All right, so Derek Carr had a great game. Josh Jacobs, a pretty solid, good game as well. 22 rushes, 87 yards, a touchdown. Yes, sir. Kenyon Drake, 7 rushes for 25 yards. And Derek Carr taking off twice for 21 yards. Yes, sir. And who was Derek Carr throwing the ball to? His main man, Hunter Renfrow, leading receiver, 8 catches, 134 yards. Deshaun Jackson, 3 catches, 102 yards, 1 touchdown. Big shout out to Deshaun Jackson right here. We know he's great. There was no reason for the Rams to get rid of him and not utilize him. And now this is a perfect fit for Deshaun Jackson. This Raiders team, offensively, with their pieces, are so hard to guard. Obviously, you got Josh Jacobs in the backfield, who's top 3 running back. Top 3? Can we say top 3? Derrick Henry, obviously number 1, but let's leave him out since he's not playing. Obviously injured. Obviously, Jonathan Taylor, top 3. Got to give him that. Jonathan Taylor. What else do we get? Who should else be in this top 3? Can we put Josh? I think we could put Josh Jacobs in top 3. Jonathan Taylor. No other running backs are coming to mind, folks. Am I just missing one? I don't think so. Derrick Henry, Jonathan Taylor. I don't know if I even put Delvin Cook in top 3, honestly. I don't know. Maybe top 5, maybe top 7. I don't know if I'm that impressed with Delvin Cook. And so yeah, I'm putting Josh Jacobs in top 3, yes sir. So you get the running game you have to obviously worry about. You get Darren Waller, who you've obviously got to worry about. Unfortunately, he got kind of knocked out of this game, and potentially he could be out for potentially a little bit. We don't know the exacts yet. We hope it's nothing serious, but Josh Jacobs, Darren Waller, Hunter Renfrow's real good, Deshaun Jackson, speedster, Zay Jones, big old speedster. So this Raiders offense, I mean, really the sky's the limit, and they've kind of been figuring it out here, and now that Deshaun Jackson's acclimated to this Raiders team, they're ready to go back and searching for a playoff spot. Very well done. 6-5 now off of this win. All right, then we get Zay Jones, 3rd leading receiver, 5 catches, 59 yards. Darren Waller, 2 catches, 33 yards. Josh Jacobs, 2 catches, 25 yards. And Bryan Edwards, 1 catch for 12 yards. So a good day overall by this Raiders team. And then let's switch gears to the Cowboys. Dak Prescott, man, oh man, that man was making some immaculate throws. And all I saw, all on Twitter, all game long, was everybody shitting on Dak Prescott. And then he showed up and showed out, making some big throws to Michael Gallup. First of all, he didn't have Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb. I mean, whoever, if you take out a quarterback's number 1 and number 2 wide receiver, of course their overall production should go down a little bit. But Dak Prescott's overall production really didn't go down, folks. It was looking real gosh dang good. He went 32 of 47, 68% completion percentage. Yes, he missed a couple of throws here and there while he was getting pressured, trying to step up in the pocket. He wasn't flawless in this game, but there was no reason to actively go on social media and clown Dak Prescott, especially when he was making those 2 tight sideline throws to Michael Gallup. Those were some of the best passes I've ever seen, folks. They were so gosh dang good. So I saw y'all. I just want y'all to know that I saw y'all disrespect and knock Dak Prescott. I saw it, folks. We didn't do that. We'll never do that. What are you talking about? But I saw y'all say that about Dak Prescott. So I'm going to hold y'all to that, folks. But he played fantastic. 68% completion percentage, 375 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Did he fumble? He did not fumble. Fantastic. Didn't turn over the ball, put up 33 points. It's just unfortunate the Cowboys defense gave up 36 points, which is kind of bizarre. We haven't really seen that by this Cowboys team. So overall, Dak still got it done, folks. Stop clowning Dak. The running game was a little stifled for the Cowboys. Tony Pollard, 10 rushes for 36 yards. He had a nice kind of kick six, fantastic 100 yards to the house. Ezekiel Elliott, 9 carries for 25 yards. He scored a touchdown. Once again, we're getting Ezekiel Elliott not stepping up really at all. This was all Dak, not having wide receiver number 1, not having wide receiver number 2. Dak still putting up 375 yards on 68% completion percentage, but we can't get anything meaningful out of Zeke. He had a touchdown. It came on like the 1 yard line, I think. It's like, I just want Zeke to step it up and be a beast mode back for like one game. Can we see it for one game when everything is not going right, but it's just Zeke? Is that too much to ask? Am I out of my gourd for even mentioning that? I kind of was on Twitter, not last night, maybe a couple days ago, where, when we were talking about, we just wanted Zeke to step up. Here's the tweet that kind of got our clips out here. It was Skip Bayless saying, "Are the Cowboys better being Dak's team or Zeke's team?" And I quote tweeted it saying it should never be Zeke's team, and posted a clip of one of our shows right here of him never truly stepping it up. And I didn't really, nobody really agreed with me. This is what this one dude said that I don't really agree with right here. He said, "This is not a good segment. Passing game wasn't effective because of the O-line, so why would the run game be?" But this is what we're saying. Just because the offensive line is bad, we're just supposed to throw in the game. The offensive line is no good. We're done. And it's not like I'm nitpicking on one game. We're going back to last year with Zeke. Dak was out half the season, and we never got anything meaningful out of Zeke. They didn't even win the division with the 7 wins, won the NFC East last year. The Cowboys couldn't even do that. Zeke couldn't even get productive games to win 7 games. Didn't even get it. So it's not like we're just nitpicking. Oh, Zeke had a bad game. Zeke didn't go beast mode in one game when everybody else was floundering. We're seeing this time and time again. Zeke's good when everything else is good. That doesn't make you good. You could be good, but that doesn't make you good. We just want to see Zeke be the man. We want to see Zeke be the man when nobody else was being the man. And we've never really gotten that by him in a long time, since rookie year, potentially, you could say. So nothing meaningful here by Zeke. 9 rushes for 25 yards. Yes, he scored a touchdown. All right, and then who was Dak Prescott throwing to? He had 2 receivers with 100 yards. Fantastic. Michael Gallup, 5 catches, 106 yards. Ced Wilson, 7 catches, 104 yards. Fantastic. Noah Brown, 6 catches, 53 yards. Dalton Schultz, 3 catches, 46 yards, a touchdown. Shout out to Tight End University. Tony Pollard, 4 catches, 32 yards. Ezekiel Elliott, 6 catches, 24 yards. And Sean McKeon, 1 catch for 10 yards, and he scored a touchdown. Alrighty, and then the last thing we just have to talk about is just Anthony Brown. I mean, all those pass interference calls on those drives in the first quarter and on the final drive right here for them to tie or to win the game right here. A 33-yard pass interference penalty on 3rd and 18. All these third downs, he just never got his head around. I don't think there was a lot of kind of contact, but he just was never playing the ball on any of those pass interference calls. And I believe they were saying all game long that he had no pass interference calls heading into this game, and then he just has 4. Get your head around Anthony Brown. Be the Walk of Fame defense like we know this defense can be. Unfortunately, the Walk of Fame defense got walked all over on last night. So Raiders get the win 36-33 over the Cowboys. Cowboys offense still put up 33 points, so we're not going to be knocking this Cowboys offense. The defense had a bad game, all the penalties. Everybody's freaking out on this Cowboys team in the national media. We're not buying into that kind of hype that the Cowboys are bad. We're still big believers. They didn't have their number 2 weapons out here. The defense, even though, they were having all those penalties called against them, they were still in the game. They were still in the positions to win the game. Micah Parsons was still getting after the quarterback in the fourth quarter in overtime. It's just unfortunate, those pass interference penalties. So without all those penalties, I think this Cowboys team wins pretty handily, honestly. So Cowboys lose, but we're not overreacting here. Everybody else in social media is. I mean, if you were just on Twitter last night during this game, you would think the Cowboys were getting blown out 50-0, and that Dak Prescott threw 5 interceptions. And the defense didn't do anything. And they did some things good. The penalties, obviously. So Raiders get the win 36-33. Love that we can rebuy this Raiders team. Hopefully Rich Basachia can keep them going here, and let's see if they can make a nice playoff push in this back end of the season. Well done to the Raiders. Shout out to Rich Basachia. Shout out to Derek Carr.